What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and do you want to know what the best car in Street is? Well, if you asked me that question 2 days ago, I would have told you the Lamborghini Countach, the car I'm driving right here. By the way, this livery was made by some incredibly talented livery creators. That video will be out at some point. It's like an hour-long recording, so that's a very high effort video for me to do. Cool car, though. The Countach is the car I would have told you was the best in Street just about 2 days ago. But this was in the update where things were broken. If you don't remember, this car had 0 off-road slowdown originally. Then they patched it, and it was still the best car in the game. Then we got Green Furies, and those were broken, and the 3000 GT, and that was broken, but kind of still is. It's just got really high top speed, and the 300 Plus, and that's now overpowered, and the Countach, which was the best car in Street. But in this update, oh dear, it's snowing. In this update, Season 8, Episode 1, USB Tour Cities, they patched the Countach. Essentially a nerf. The car was supposed to be rear-wheel drive. It was never supposed to be front-wheel or all-wheel drive, apparently. And, well, if you ask me what the best car in Street is now, well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say, it's still the Lamborghini Countach. No, yep. The Countach is unpatchable. It's the unpatchable car. Not only did it have off-road slowdown, and everyone was like, this thing is overpowered, but they patch it, and it's still overpowered. But now, the car, which I'm being told is actually rear-wheel drive in real life, so it shouldn't have been all-wheel drive. Like, there was no point that it was supposed to be all-wheel drive. So they fix it. Again, another thing that was wrong with the car since launch. But now, again, even though this thing has been patched, it is still the best car in Street. If you want a good street car, the best street car, in fact, you gotta go with the Lamborghini Countach. It still outperforms every single other car in Street by a mile. It's the true unpatchable car. As chat has just said, it's the no-nerf Lambo. But because it's been patched, this patch, making it rear-wheel drive instead of all-wheel drive, has definitely had a negative impact on the rest of the game, which is something I'm about to go into. So here's the thing. I've already championed this car as the best car in the game. I've already, shown people that the no-nerf Lambo, the unpatchable car, is, truly the best, and that is still going to be true. But if you got any times on this car before this patch, well, here's the issue. Because unfortunately, this car right here, the unpatchable car, like its last patch, the off-road slowdown bug, well, it is a bit worse. It is a little bit worse. And what that's caused is that this car is now nowhere near the same level it used to be. And that's caused the biggest problem. If I show you this right here, sure, we're in the snow. I'll wait till we've gotten out of the snow. But my best on this race is a 206. That was a fairly clean run at a 227. Let me wait for it to finish snowing first. Here we go. The snow is gone. And now I'm going to test out the same car and try and get a perfect run and see just how much slower it is than my absolutely insane run that I got with the pre-patch Countach. By the way, speaking of things that now make, what I'm going to talk about, some weird things that have changed too, a quote-unquote secret change that they didn't tell you about, that is on this specific race. For some reason, they added grass. I don't even know what developer was sat there, bored enough and went, yeah, I'll put some grass on some race. You'll see it. It's the bit after the turn after this one. They just added, which again, it was these races. This race that they just removed buildings on before. This grass has made this race's records unbeatable. Which, speaking of unbeatable, my live stream chat has just seen is a clean run. A completely clean run. Didn't tap any walls. Took turns well. And it is a full, what's that? 13 seconds slower. Something like that. 13 14 seconds slower than my 13 seconds slower than my best run. Not only is there the grass, but what this change has done, every single record set by this car, by any sweat, or any player for their personal records, oh my god, for any of their personal records, and any of the players that have gotten sweaty world records on any race in this game with this car, they are all now unbeatable. Because Ivory Tower has patched the best, or attempted to patch the best street car in the game without resetting the leaderboards. This means that not a single record on any race in street is beatable in any way. Because although this car is the unpatchable street car, still overpowered, still the best in the spec, even after 2 patches, unfortunately, it isn't as good as it was on the last patch. So now, like I say, Ivory Tower, you know, sometimes I make videos on outrageous bugs, and you guys go, hey, we should patch this. This time I'm making a video on this, a good thing, really, kind of. So, like, maybe patch the leaderboards, reset the leaderboards, please, please, and thank you. Or do what you guys did last time. Remove all the... Because obviously, it wouldn't make sense to reset all leaderboards. Just remove all of the street leaderboards. Makes sense to me. Did I say street leaderboards? What I mean was, remove all of the Countach runs. Because presumably, you now have the technology to do that. So maybe remove all the Countach runs. Because a full leaderboard reset? That would be kind of cringe, actually, now that I think about it. But it is really funny that, yes, the Green Furies are fully patched, and the Countach is attempted to be fixed a second time, yet still is the best car in street. It's truly the unpatchable street car. Crazy. Thank you to popular members, especially thank you to famous members, and an insane thank you to star member Danimal the Manimal, Grim Pepper, and TK Troller. Oh my god, look, it's a black screen again. But hear me out, I will use this black screen to let you guys know, if you're watching this video right now, you probably don't know about the Stick Drift podcast. It's a podcast for all things car culture, racing games, and motorsports. It's out every single Sunday, but that might be changing. There should be a new episode out maybe today, something like that. Depends. But yeah, I've got a podcast. Not a lot of people know I've got a podcast. You guys watch the crew do. So some of you might be car people, but some of you might just be gamers who are kind of into cars. So if you want to get more into cars, more into that whole world of everything, check out the Stick Drift podcast. The link for that is in the description. Subscribe to the podcast channel and the Stick Drift channel.